Konnichiwa, I'm Hornick. Welcome to my Japanese Faves series, where we'll cover every major type of Japanese food. This lesson is Karaage 1, Tebamoto, or fried chicken wings. Karaage is Japanese deep-fried food dredged in potato starch, cornstarch, or flour. Sometimes it's seasoned. Everyone loves fried chicken, and the Japanese are no exception. Tebamoto, also called Tebasaki, or chicken wings, are very popular in Japanese pubs, which are called izakaya. Here you will marinate the wings in Japanese flavorings, dredge or toss them in potato starch, deep fry them, then deep fry them again at a higher temperature, then serve them with 2 sauces. Have a great izakaya night with your homemade karaage tebamoto. So let's start cooking. Okay, let's mix the marinade for our tebamoto karaage. First we're going to add the shoyu, Japanese soy sauce, and then the mirin, then the sake, the garlic, and the ginger. And let's mix that up. All right, now we're going to put our chicken pieces into the marinating bag. I've separated the wings into the drumettes and the shoulders, and I've cut the tips off. I'm going to use the tips to make stock at some other time. So we're just going to put all of the chicken into the bag. All right, now we're going to add the marinade to the bag. Then I want to close up. Oh, our bag is leaking. All right, so we're going to change to another bag. Okay, I've transferred the chicken into a new bag. If you watch my videos, you know that I reuse bags to try to reduce waste. So I took the chicken, put it in a new bag. I put the marinade back into a bowl from the old bag and from the sizzle plate that it was sitting on, so I caught it all. And now what we want to do is take the bag off of the bag filler and partially seal it, then try to push most of the air out of it. Finish sealing it up, and then we're going to put it onto a sizzle plate or some other, basin, some pan that can catch any leaking. All right, and then we're going to put that into the fridge for an hour. All right, and in half an hour we're going to turn it, so it'll be in the fridge for half an hour on one side, then we'll turn it over half an hour on the other side. Okay, here we have our oil in the deep frying pan. You could just use any saucepan, but make sure it's relatively deep, because you don't want the oil to be sloshing out as you're working with it. What we want to do is heat the oil up to 350 degrees, but I want to do it slowly. So I have the heat on kind of low or medium low. I don't want it to shoot up too fast. If you heat it up more slowly, it's easier to control the temperature and get it at 350 and keep it there. Okay, now we're going to take our chicken pieces out of the marinade, and what I want to do is I want to blot them dry, okay? Okay, now I'm going to transfer them into a bowl, and we're going to season them. All right, now we're going to lightly season them with some salt. Now, they were marinated in a marinade that included shoyu, Japanese soy sauce, which is a salt substitute. So we don't want to put too much salt on them. They marinated in it, but we poured most of that off. Then we're going to give it a little bit of the skimi togarashi, all right? And you can go a little bit heavier on this, depending on how spicy you like it, because there wasn't really any spice in the marinade except for the ginger. Okay, now we're just going to toss this to mix it up. All right, now we're going to add some potato starch to this bowl. How much? We're going to add enough to cover these pieces of chicken, okay? So you're just going to have to use your judgment. You can always add more, right? But I don't want to use too much to start with because I don't want, if whatever they have on them, we're going to shake off any extra, right? So we don't want to waste any. We don't want to use more than we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into this bowl and I'm going to toss them to get them well coated. Now you could also dredge each piece individually. I just don't really think that's necessary for this. You can just put them in a bowl just like we're doing and toss them in the potato starch. Get them well coated. Okay, our oil is right at 350 degrees. I like to let it get just slightly above that because when we put the chicken in, the temperature is going to drop. And now I have a pan here lined with paper towels and a cooling rack on top. That's where the chicken's going to go when it comes out of the deep fryer. And we're also going to turn up the heat just slightly because, again, once we put the chicken in there, the temperature is going to drop. So what we're going to do is we're going to deep fry these in batches, all right? We're going to do, say, I'm going to do 3 at a time, all right? And we're going to let them deep fry until they are lightly golden, which will probably be about 5 to 7 minutes. All right, now these pieces are beautiful, light golden, and they've been in there about 6 minutes. And my oil temperature didn't really drop. In fact, it went up just slightly while they were in there. So instead of doing 3 on the next batch, I'm going to do 5. All right, and now keep a close eye on your temperature. If it starts to get too hot, turn it down a little bit. If it starts to go down below 350, turn it up a little bit. And you might have to be constantly adjusting that temperature. Okay, let's check these out. Oh, that looks beautiful. The temperature held really well at 350 with 5 in the second batch. I only have 4 left. I'm going to do those in the third batch, but I'm going to do them off camera. Okay, and after I do that batch, we'll come back and we'll do the next step. Okay, we finished our second batch, all right? I'm going to take those out of the oil, and then we're going to raise the oil temperature up to 375 degrees for the second frying, all right? So we're going to raise the temperature now to 3, so we'll raise the heat a little bit, so that we can raise the temperature up to 375. I'm not going to turn the heat up too much, again, because we want the temperature to go up kind of gradually so we can control it better. Okay, our temperature is just above 375. We're going to do 5 at a time, and we're just going to crisp them up, 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, let's take them out, do the next batch. Okay, let's take these out. And I have 2 left. I'll do those in the last batch. Okay, now we're going to plate these up. You can plate them up however you want. I'm putting them into these little French fry baskets. All right, there we go. So we're going to serve the Tebamoto karaage with some tempura dipping sauce and with the tonkatsu mustard sauce. I have separate lessons on making those, okay? So that's the conclusion of Tebamoto karaage. You can see photos of the final dish in my Instagram, which is at Chef's Apprentice, Cook Like a Pro. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.